start reading that.
Don't pigeonhole me.
Like warm milk.
I might like warm juice.
Yeah.
Milk is not juice.
That's not really juice.
That's orange juice.
What is that?
Real quick,
Citrus punch.
real quick, guess. Okay, so this is less than 1% actual juice, but let's have a contest. Guess how much sugar is in this gallon of liquid?
36
A lot.
grams.
75.
97 grams.
100 grams.
112.
326.
100 grams.
250 grams. 0 grams.
350.
Who's got a calculator?
All of those
Right here.
servings, 620 grams. New guess.
I got one.
Yeah, there's totally 620 grams of sugar.
If that was pure sugar, there would be 620 grams.
Okay, 300 grams.
This is recorded.
They do that every day.
Yeah.
192.5.
112.
192 grams of sugar.
Wow.
You said 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah,
You said 0.5.
All right, what's a ratio?
2 numbers.
Two numbers. Who said that?
Compared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Two numbers that are compared to each other.
How would you compare them? This one's kind of curvy, this one's straighter.
Wait. No.
With a colon.
There you go. That sounds
Okay. Any other ways? That's not wrong, I just don't want to click because I don't remember what order I put it in.
Wait, it doesn't have to be 2 numbers.
Yes.
It doesn't
Are you asking me a
Yeah,
question?
more than one.
No, I just said it doesn't have to be 2 numbers. You gave me more than 2.
More than two numbers.
Any amount of numbers.
2 or
Okay,
more.
teacher of the color.
Two or more numbers.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Jalen, back to you. Any other ideas other than the colon?
I know there's something else, but I can't. Is it? I forgot. Would it be like more than or less than? That's not a ratio. No, I think it's just a colon.
Just colon, that's it?
Yeah.
Can't you say like 1 to 2, like with 2 in the middle?
The word
The
T-O?
word T- yeah, T-O.
Which T-O? T-O-O, T-O, or
T-O.
T-W-O?
Just T-O.
Just T-O?
Yeah.
Because I hate when people screw that up. The only thing that's worse than that is your. Your. and-
Or there.
It's the your that really gets me. Faith?
Can it be in a fraction?
Fraction also? Okay, anything else?
Isn't the relationship between two numbers?
2 or more numbers.
How does that differ than what she said, other than you're a lion and you want to just extend your dominance over other groups? Now that you've dominated one group and killed them, now you want to move on to other groups?
We had the best score though.
That was
So what? It's a fluke.
we
You got lucky.
Natalie?
Because I rejected the salt. That was at number 3.
So, okay, so let's back up. You said a comparison? Is that what you used? You used the word
Compare.
comparison. You said
I said the relationship.
relationship, and you said
I don't
He
know.
said comparing. He said the same thing.
same thing. Okay. Now, even though that says things, the things we're going to compare for our purposes is a number of things. So even if we compare dogs to cats, lions to otters, it's still going to be the number of those things. Okay, so boys to girls in the classroom, freshmen to seniors, wingspan to height. Okay, just examples. You can compare anything. Apples to oranges, dogs to cats. And we got the fraction. That should always be simplified. So if I have 10 dogs and 12 cats, I don't want 10 12, so I want 5 6. Or the colon, or the 2. Nice job, we got all 3 of them. Most commonly, we're going to use a fraction. Okay, so we'll start with this first problem is what's called an extended ratio problem. So you know a relationship between the two sides, 3 to 2, and we want to find the area of that rectangle. So first things first, I need to set up an equation. What would that equation be? And notice it's not saying the lengths are 3 and 2, it's saying the ratio of those lengths are 3 and 2. So they could be 3 and 2, 6 and 4, 30 and 20. There's a whole bunch of, in fact, there's an infinite number of possibilities for the lengths of the sides. Your goal is to figure out the lengths of those sides and then use that to find the area. How do I do it?
Would it be like 2, 3x plus 2x equals 60?
I think you said the right thing. So 2 times 3x
Yeah,
plus,
plus 2 times 2x
2x.
equals 60.
why?
Because you're trying to find the length and width, and you know that the perimeter is 60, so you set it equal to 60.
Where'd that x come from?
It's the length of the sides. It's like the length and the width.
We'll put the 3 there since it's longer, put the 2 there. So you just threw an x in there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Why do we put an x in there? Because we don't know what that value is. Like I said, this could be 30 and 20. It could be 6 and 4. It's got some ratio there or some value that's going to be consistent between the two sides. And as she mentioned, this is also 3x. This is 2x. The perimeter is all the sides added up. So she said 2 times 3x plus 2 times 2x equals 60. What's x? 10?
6.
6.
6.
We have 2 answers?
It's 6.
No,
It's 6.
It's 6?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times 4 is 4x. Yep, x would be equal to 6. Whoop. And then, yes?
I did not make an equation. I did it a different way.
You mental math thing.
Did you guess and check?
No, what I did is I did 3, 2, then I did 6, 4, and then 9, 6.
You guessed and checked.
You guess and check.
Yep, I did
What
that.
if x turns out to be 1.3?
That sucked.
For you,
Yeah.
Jalen's good to go. She's got this under control. Now what do I do with that 6?
Now you plug it back into the perimeter and width, and then you can solve for area of the
Area of a rectangle is
length.
length times width or base times height, doesn't matter. What'd you say?
216
216 what?
units.
No.
Centimeters.
Centimeters. Good. That idea of an extended ratio problem comes up with all different types of problems. You could have a pentagon where you've got the ratio of the 5 lengths. You could have all kinds of different things. You need that value of x to get you that multiplier and set up an equation and solve. Okay. Using that idea, solve that problem. Calculators. Tommy, how big is the middle angle?
Me?
Tommy,
Oh.
About 54 degrees.
is he right?
Yeah.
What'd you get for x?
18.
How?
Because I did x after 2, 3, and 5, add them all up. So I equal 180.
Angles of a triangle add up to 180, which you should know by now. 2x plus 3x plus 5x equals 180, solve for x, plug it back in, answer the question. I assume you did the other two angles also. Great. And got those? Outstanding. Any problems? Easy peasy? Good. So we did we did ratios already. Now if we extend that, what's a proportion? Or can you give me an example of a proportion? Are you raising your hand?
Yes.
Go.
Is the proportion like the amount of something?
Give me a little bit more.
Like if you have a certain proportion of food, it's like a certain amount of food.
Try to give me a more specific answer so I can determine if you're on the right track or you're just crashing into a wall there.
Isn't proportion like part of something? Like if you split something into proportions, you split it into,
Those are portions.
oh,
These are proportions. Yeah, so you're saying like if you take the leftovers from dinner and you split them into portions so that 3 people can take them for lunch the next day?
well, no, cause like if you have a certain proportion of food, then you have like a certain amount. I don't know, I just like amount.
Okay, anybody else? Can you build off of that? That's not horrible. Go.
Is it, so if there's a rectangle and one of the sides is AW and the other side is WS, AW is half of WS, so it would be sort of like that. Building off of one thing to find another.
Didn't you just describe a ratio to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
Is a proportion a ratio?
No,
Oh,
that would be too easy.
alright.
It'd just be a different name for the same thing.
Isn't multiple ratios in one?
Kind of. What would you do with those multiple ratios?
That was a guess.
Anybody else? What would you do with those multiple ratios?
Combine them,
How?
put them together.
How?
Adding and multiplying and dividing.
What about some
You get squaring and square rooting and cubic rooting and taking the derivative and the integral and that.
What'd you cross multiply?
Oh, now you're getting ahead of the game. That comes later. So yes, you cross multiply when you have a proportion, but you still haven't answered the question of what is a proportion. Matt.
It's a comparison of two numbers being compared.
Come back to you in a second.
It's a ratio of 2 ratios?
Close. Just verbiage, I think you're on the right page.
It's a ratio of 2 columns.
Close. Yes.
The comparison between two ratios.
There you go. So a ratio of ratios would be a mess. If we take the bottom one and move it over with an equal sign, then we get a proportion, which is a comparison of ratios. So the ratio, we compared some numbers. Now if I take two ratios and compare them using an equal sign, I get a proportion. Okay. So for instance, we can use a proportion to solve a bunch of simple problems, like for instance, 7 pencils cost 25 cents. How much will 400,000 pencils cost? Because of course, who doesn't want 400,000 pencils? We'll do these problems later. 10 boys to 11 girls. How many boys would there be in a school if there are 850 girls? And I think I have another one in there. Nope, now I have a moose.
The moose can be very deadly.
My brother, 2 months ago, was attacked by a moose.
Really?
Yep.
Where?
Where does your brother
He was hunting.
That moose
What,
though
did
was
he like
strong.
shoot it?
Is he okay?
Why didn't he do anything to it?
He didn't have a gun.
Is he okay?
Okay.
Wait, how was he hunting without a gun?
They just teach that.
He was hunting wild boar, and a moose attacked him.
Wait, so that
Did
is.
he provoke-
Where was he hunting?
When
Did
he
he-
was
Sorry?
wild
Did you
boar and
provoke
moose.
them?
Yeah, I said moose, come at me.
I don't I don't think you provoked them. I don't know how you would provoke a moose.
Was he injured? Like what happened?
You get just scraped up.
Oh.
You kind of rammed into him, knocked him over, dragged him a little bit. Ran away.
A little bit.
Don't go
Just grabs it.
hunting with just a
Actually, people die from moose attacks all the time.
And cows.
And hippos.
I'm sorry.
More people are killed by cows.
Wait, hold on, both of you are talking.
You're saying the same thing. More people are killed by cows each year than by sharks.
Hippos are really.
Well, very few people
How
die.
do you know that?
You know what animal is responsible for the most human deaths per year?
Hippos.
Cat.
No.
Deer.
No, deer, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because they crashed
Not
into
just really good.
the.
No, they don't. You crash into them.
No, they
Second most deadly animal?
Hippos.
Snake?
Bees.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
These
alligator.
are
That's not an
More
animal.
people die because
You
they
gotta save the bees.
Oh my
No, they
God.
all
No one dies of poisonous snake bites ever.
What about hippos? I swear hippos.
Hippos are dangerous, yeah. But I mean, it's a limited, you know, you gotta be in the water.
Alligators is a good one.
There's
Like,
deer
this is
everywhere.
really
What about gorillas?
Would a hippo attack a gorilla?
Gorillas.
I don't think gorillas are attacking
Ready for
women.
Well, I mean,
Harambe.
Harambe.
Bantu.
Or actually,
Did you say Harambe? What the?
That's what his friends call them.
Why is
Alright, there's an example of a proportion where I replace the numbers with variables. 4 locations. Upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. The blue things, A and D, in the upper left and the lower right are called the extremes. The B and the C are called the means. I don't know why, they just give names to those positions. And there are a couple different ways that we can set up proportions. We'll talk about that when we start doing the examples. But if, for instance, we look at the pencil problem, we can set that pencil problem up a couple different ways, and everybody gets the same answer as long as you don't make one simple mistake, which we'll get to in a second. 2 things are said to be proportional if they give you a true proportion. Okay, so if you say something like, in your backyard you have 2 swings and 4 sandboxes.
That's a lot.
This is a really bad example, never mind.
2 dogs
3
and
trees
cats.
and 4
Your
bushes.
ratios have to match. If one ratio is 1 to 2, you can't have the other one be 2 to 3, that would be non-proportional. Okay. And as Matt mentioned, we've got this thing when we multiply the extremes and the means, we get the equality of cross products, which you know is cross multiplying. So you multiply the means together, you multiply the extremes together, set them equal, sometimes have to solve. Am I going too fast?
No,
What's a reciprocal?
the opposite negative of a fraction.
No.
No.
Alright, just flip the fraction. Not an opposite reciprocal, just a reciprocal. So the reciprocal property says if you have a proportion, if you want to flip one side of it, you can, as long as you flip the other side. It's a basic algebra rule. Whatever you do to one side of the proportion, you got to do to the other side of the proportion. So A over, clicker not working, so then A over B equals C over D would then become B over A equals D over C. I don't know why you would want to do that, but if you want to, you can. You could square both sides if you want, doesn't matter. It's simple algebra. Okay. You can flip both sides. That would be cool. But not as cool as a moose. Especially an attacking moose.
How would that be cool?
Well, as long as you're not the one being attacked. Would you like to see a video of a moose attack?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
World star.
Yeah,
World
would it be funny if at
star.
the end of the slideshow I had a video of my brother being attacked by that moose?
That'd be hilarious.
If you were there with him, would you watch or help?
I'm not going after a moose. Deadly.
I see Mr. like pulling out a camera and just being like,
Like maybe my brother had a GoPro strapped to his head when he was attacked by a
like
moose.
YouTube.
And I happen to have the video.
World star.
We'll see. Hey, how much are 400,000 pencils gonna cost?
A lot. Way too much.
Thanks, Einstein. Do the math. when doing the math, set up a proportion. I'm going to want to see a proportion in these types of problems. And when you're done, ask yourself a simple question. Does that answer make sense? That's a blood ton of pencils. It's gonna cost some change. What do you think? Alright, hold on, let me see. Should get Sparky. He's still working.
I'm kind of.
I understand. We still love you. Is that answer reasonable?
Not quite.
It's not?
Yeah.
Well,
What'd you get?
a big number.
You're supposed to get a big number, how do you think 400,000 pencils is gonna cost?
Not $11 million.
11 million.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Oh, I said I'm upside down.
Oh, don't change anything, because we're gonna use you as a guinea pig. All right, Caroline, how'd you do it?
So I made a proportion. I did 7 over 0.25 equals 400,000 over x.
Beautiful.
That's what I did.
Pencil over cost equals pencil over cost. Anybody set it up differently? Go. Why, yeah, you did it wrong. We'll come back to you. Anybody do it the same way and still get the 14,600 and...
14,285.
A lot of pencils.
And 72 cents.
Colin, you set it up differently?
No, I said it was
Same. Different?
Oh no, I did the same.
Everybody did the same? Nobody did it differently? Can you do it differently?
Yes.
How?
Cost of a pencil.
Oh, cost over pencil, yeah. So it was a-
Okay, could do cost over pencil. Anything else? How about pencil over pencil?
Yeah.
Would that also work?
Yes.
Okay, good. Over to you, Matt. What doesn't work?
7, it did the opposite, so it can't be pencil over cost equal to cost over pencil.
Yeah. I mean, $14,000 is a lot, $11 million is even worse. So notice in the ones that we did correctly, the items on the top correspond to each other, pencils and pencils, and the vertical things correspond to each other. Pencils to their cost, pencils to cost. Even when you change this, we've got pencils to pencils equals cost to cost, and on the top, the pencils and their cost go together. Okay, there are ways to screw that up, and that's what I was talking about. Make sure, because notice what he's got here, pencils to cost equals cost to pencils. That ain't gonna work. You flip over one side, you gotta flip both over. 14,000.
285.
And 72 cents.
Did I have that wrong?
Wait, wouldn't it be
72
72
cents.
though?
No, it's only 4.
Because it was point
rather than
seven.
down.
That's 7
No, no, it's 71.
But you can't buy
No, I
it.
know, it's not allowed to.
All right.
It's still less than
Figure that out.
you wrote down.
How many boys? You what?
I think I know the answer.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. You take a shot here?
Yeah.
What do you got?
772.73.
Yes?
Yeah.
0.73.
0.72.
Oh, that means we gotta round down. 772.
You can't have 3/4 of a boy?
No.
Technically, you
You
could.
can't.
Okay,
You
just
That'd be
could.
very messed up though.
You
Or
could,
maybe
but
like
it'd
an
be.
integer.
If you really wanted
I
to.
never said if they were allowed.
70 minutes.
So, all right. Matt, would you leave that answer? Would you round down to 772 and just hide 3/4 of a body in a field somewhere?
Yes.
Or would you go find another 1/4 of a boy? That just didn't sound right.
You go hide them in a field?
Just bury the body in a field somewhere.
I think so.
And just round down to 772 and that 3/4 of a kid is on his
No,
own.
find another.
Find another 1/4 of a kid.
Yeah.
And just
Oh
like
my
do
God.
like a Frankenstein thing and put them together and
Oh my god.
You could be like the first high school to have a Frankenstein kid, and then that would look good.
Diversity.
Yeah,
Or someone could just like not have a leg.
yeah. We got
Just like they're missing a leg.
LGBT and the undead.
How much of your body's like a quarter?
Oh my god.
Arm and a leg.
He
You don't know
does.
what that is?
How do you not know what this is?
Solve that.
Wait, Mr. Reedy?
What?
So what
yeah,
would
I
be
know
the
what that
answer?
is.
Go find another quarter.
I would probably round down.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with body parts laying all over the place.
So what'd you do with the access body parts?
Nothing that you need to know about.
Access.
You have to melt off their fingertips.
Okay.
Alright, that's
Hey,
right.
Hannibal Lecter. The reason I put this one up here is because it illustrates a common mistake that people can make if you're not careful. Okay, so hopefully you got 4, yes?
Yes.
Now, what's the mistake that people make with this problem? Matt?
Do they simplify the 2 and make it 1?
No. Kara?
Do they not multiply 2 to both the y and plus 2?
Yeah, don't distribute the 2 to the y and plus 2. So that y plus 2 should be in parentheses, so, and obviously you all did it the right way. When you cross multiply, that 2 has to be multiplied by the y and by the 2. You consider that denominator there as 1 unit. Okay. Easy? I will say, going back to the pencils and the boys and girls problem, make sure that when you're solving word problems that are attached to something in the real world, you include your units at the end. Are you talking about the cost of pencils, which would be in dollars? Are you talking about the cost of the pencils that you did in cents? So maybe you did 7/25 equals 400,000 over X. Then your answer would be in cents. When you solve the other problem, make sure you include that you're talking about the number of boys. Okay, so not girls. So you're illustrating that you understand what it is you're solving. One last moose for you. Do your homework.
Do your
Wait, can we
homework or I
see a
shall
video?
come for you.
Wait, what's with you and Lucy?
Can I find one and play it?
Moose low key charges.
Yeah, I did.
If you're quick about it and it's appropriate.
I mean, how would I know? I haven't.
Oh, what?
Can I stop this recording?